This is my Ford Fiesta Mk6 ZETEC S spec, and I bought this for the amazing price of £2.50 off Gumtree, and I'll explain what we're going to do with it. So I'm going to do a little bit of restoration of this and get it back up to where it should be, because it isn't in the best condition. The first thing we're going to do about it is misfiring, so we're going to get some new spark plugs in here. I've got some NGK Iridium spark plugs, which are top performing ones, which will get rid of that. That will make it sound better with my obnoxiously loud exhaust. Give you some backstory routine why I got this car. If we look over here, I've got my first car, the Toyota Auris 2011, and this is got the 1.33 VVT-i engine, so I've got some baby VTEC in this. But I had this, it was an amazing first car, and had amazing miles per gallon in it. It wasn't too slow, it was about 100 brakes, so I could learn in it properly, and I didn't feel like I was pushing a little pocket rocket. But I had a lot of space to it, and honestly, in the interior, it is close to like a 5 Series, about like E92 for the space wise. It was a 6-speed, so as I said, good APGs, and it was very smooth. But the reason that I switched from this to this is because, as much as there is a stigma behind the Fiesta, I love them personally, and I wanted to have a little bit more firepower in it, and I wanted to go fast and have fun. So I bought this, but there's gonna be a lot of things that I need to change with it. So for example, those spark plugs, as I was saying, and some of this, if we can come over here, I do have drum brakes on these, and everyone loves drum brakes, don't they? So I'm gonna do a caliper conversion on these, and I'm gonna do it up quite a bit. I'm gonna get an induction kit for this, and it's already got a exhaust on it, which I will let you hear, and you should be able to hear the misfiring in this at some point. So it's in neutral. So listen in for a sec. It's got the obnoxiously loud straight piped exhaust. It does still have a catalytic converter on the back box, please don't sue me, it is illegal. But every so often you hear it dip back out and come back in, you can see it in the revs too. See here my OBD reader, we have code P0030 HO2S heat control. That is the O2 sensor, the lambda sensor. So what that means for this right now is running an inefficient mixture of fuel and air within the engine, so it's getting inefficient combustion. So once that's fixed, it will run smoother, because it's currently lacking performance because of that. Other than that, and the spark plugs, there will be nothing else to get it back into working order. But there'll be a lot of things that we're gonna go over with this, so I'll run you through some of those. We'll do some cosmetic issues first. So as you can see, this bumper has been replaced because it was kind of falling off. As you can see on the front grille, there's paint scratches along here, all the way around, especially about there. And I want to get that fixed up so that it looks cleaner. This front grille, it hangs out here, but only there right now because I managed to clip this back in. And as you can see just over there, we have some red trim, and I want this to be a blacked out car, so we're gonna paint that black. Also, if you check the headlight right there, you can see it's all cloudy. I thought there may be a leak in it, get some condensation in it, so we're gonna get that cleared up, potentially get some new angel eyes in this thing. Some other things that we're gonna do with this, I have a small piece of trim hanging off there. I do at some point want to get some blacked out rims, either paint these black or get some whole new ones. The Z in ZETEC has gone, so I currently have an E-Tech S. And other than that, cosmetically, there's not much else to change. But I do want to do some more stuff to this. I want to put on a small front splitter, small rear diffuser, and look obnoxious, which is exactly what I'm going for with this. I just have a little bit of fun, as the exhaust says, and get a little induction kit, as I was saying. Potentially get it remapped, even though it's not going to push too much, which only brings about 12 horsepower, but it brings it from stock 110 with the exhaust, around say 5 to 10 horsepower with the induction, and the remap gives it about 10 to 12. So I'll be looking at around 130 to 135 brake horsepower. As a new driver, I think this will be quite fun in a car that weighs about 1.1 tons. So have a little bit of fun with this. Surprisingly, with this as stock, it is measured as a 9.9 second 0 to 60, but before the exhaust was put on this, it has been done in 7.6 with someone else in the car. So now with the exhaust, with the induction kit, and with the remap, I'll be hoping to get closer to 7 with this, and we'll have some fun with it. And then I'll probably go and drag race against my mates and get absolutely smoked by the turbo engines. But yeah. So we replaced the spark plugs to try and fix the misfiring. The other thing that it may be is it also is what we're going to see. It hasn't seemed to misfire yet. Yeah, it's all done. Kind of had to cut it out because we had the wrong tools, but I'll let you hear it. And the little pops at the end. You can see the cooler moving inside. Alright, so we've done the spark plugs in the car. I had to cut it out because there were some technical issues with it, but we got it all done. That should have fixed the misfiring. The engine bay itself does need some crisp fix-it treatment. But what I'll do is I'll run you through some other things that need to be done with the car. So neutral. But one thing I do want to show you here, some electrical faults with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in the mirrors further down. I'll push that one down. And then I'm going to turn them all at the same time and just watch the revs. See, they drop. You can see that through the steering wheel. I believe the battery needs to be fully charged. It may only have just enough to start the battery, or there may be something with the alternator, or it may be a dead battery. Well, not a dead battery, but near the end of its life. But I'll let you hear that from the exhaust now. You can hear it cutting out, and
give me your keys.
I don't have any keys.
Your f***ing keys.
I haven't got them. Alright guys, that's everything for today's video. I will cover everything else that needs to be changed with the car in the next episode.